All right, happy Monday night, everybody. Welcome on into the daily broadcast. Coming to you tonight from the home office outside of the Hubaplex, and we are glad you're with us as you will be able to communicate with us via multiple chat lines. Thanks to United Supermarkets, whether you're on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media, on YouTube channel Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, same thing on Facebook. Either way, you get in thanks to United Supermarkets. There's one supermarket that supports Texas Tech in West Texas. Then there's another one or two. You know which one you want to shop with. Domino's Pizza also bringing it to you tonight. They bring you great pizza. It's cold outside. You want hot pizza? Get the app. Save some money. Domino's.com. Now, if the weather gets bad in the next few days, wherever you may be, across West Texas or otherwise, if you do get pizza from Domino's or anywhere else, and you have them deliver it, you tip like a madman. They're risking their life to bring you food. And of course, the Shropshire Agency. Hey, it's 2025. You probably need to do a checkup on your insurance. Nobody does it better than the Shropshire Agency, independent like West Texas, for darn near 70 years now in the Hubaplex. You need to talk to Jeff and his crew there at the Shropshire Agency. All right, let's get it going tonight on the daily broadcast. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. You start your day every day on the website. We give you our questions for the day. We're talking about helmet stickers tonight. Who are you going to celebrate for being awesome, sports or otherwise? We find out on Mondays, what do you know to start the week? We ask you today, what do you know about the Dallas Cowboys? We know that the Detroit Lions have figured it out. Another franchise that has figured it out, that the Cowboys can't figure it out. What is it that they figured out? And then we got Texas Tech basketball to talk about. We haven't had a chance to visit since they won at Utah. That was a really good win. They needed it. It was a really good win, not because Utah's a great team, but you just needed a win, and you got a road win. Tech men's basketball still has a lot of work to do to get into the NCAA tournament. They are way on the outside looking in. No quad 1 or 2 wins right now. The UCF loss is a quad 3 loss as of today. So we get your thoughts on that. They go to BYU tomorrow. As far as we know, what is okay for that to happen, the Lady Raiders still aren't home as far as we know from Manhattan. As of this afternoon, they were still stuck there after 17 to 18 inches of snowfall in central Kansas. They can't get out to the highway, to I-70. They can't get out on a plane. They're still there, which this now rivals, and I feel for Mark Finkner, and I think Chuck Hines was on the broadcast as well. I feel for those guys. I got stuck doing Lady Raider basketball, for 25 years, a time or two over the years. I don't remember a time when I went to do a Saturday game, left on a Friday, and it was Monday, and you're still not home. Bless their hearts, but got to get home safely. So all that stuff going on. And then what we really want to see tonight, with the winter weather unleashing itself across West Texas and North Texas and Central Texas, the ultimate comfort food. What is your ultimate cold weather food? What do you got for us tonight? Give me that. What did you load up on? I knew as soon as my wife texted me in town today. Said, all right, I'm going by the store. What do you want? I saw hamburger meat, cornbread. I said, oh, yeah, I know where this is going. This is going taco soup. What's your ultimate cold weather meal? What have you laid in? What have you gone into? And hey, United Supermarkets is there for you. They're ready to go. Don't panic. Okay, they got plenty of stuff. They do. It's all good. Jacob, greetings. All formats functional. And he, just to prove it, jumps in on the YouTube channel from X. Now, all we need is our Facebook people to weigh in tonight and get us going. So that's the lay of the land. A lot of different things. Take me any direction you want to go tonight on the show. We can get into Texas Tech men's basketball. The biggest thing to me on that game, JT Toppin got in foul trouble early. He was healthy. If people just saw the box score or whatever, thought, well, they must be evening back. No, he was healthy. He just got into foul trouble. You had 6 players in double digits. You end up winning 93-65. Your defense looked a lot better after about the 10-minute mark. Federico, the story of a young man's journey from Helsinki to Minsk. No, wait, that's a Seinfeld deal. Anyways, Rochelle. He played his guts out in the first half and still played well in the second half. That was impressive. Hawkins looked good. And you hadn't had many road wins like that in the history of the Big 12, let alone here recently. So you look at that, you go to Utah, you get that. Everything you wanted to see, you saw out of that game. The reality, though, still is that Texas Tech, they got to win a lot of games in the Big 12 to get into the NCAA tournament. They're not on the bubble right now, people. Understand that. Go to hoopshd.com. Look at the nitty gritty. Go to Dave Almond, brackenville.wordpress.com. These guys are the best in the business. Don't pay attention to Joe freaking Lenardi. He didn't know what he's doing. Don't look at Ken Palm or net rankings. Those are irrelevant. Pay attention to the guys I pay attention to. Tech has a lot of work to do. In a league that is not as good as it has been, maybe? Or are we just seeing the SEC gobble up a lot of oxygen early on? At a certain point, though, it doesn't matter. Michael gets in on YouTube channel, and we appreciate everybody on YouTube. Hey, if you're on YouTube watching us right now, give us thumbs up, share that. Makes my wife feel good, helps us out on the algorithm. We're so close to 500 subscribers right now that if you guys can invite people in, tell them, hey, we talk West Texas, Texas Tech. We talk great cold weather food, taco soup. My wife thinks I hate taco soup. I don't hate taco soup. It's just not my thing. All right? It's just not my thing on the taco soup. She did give me permission if I didn't want to have it tonight. I've got all sorts of other stuff laid in that we can get into tonight. Domino's thin crust pepperoni pizza is mine. I don't think it'll be bad enough not to order. I think for the next day or two, depending on where you are in Texas, you ought to be okay. Now, you can still go get it. The drive-through window is going to be open. You know, it won't kill you to go get your own pizza. All right? It's okay. You can do that. Yakaba, beef stew with hearty veggies, cornbread, a quart of wood, button down and enjoy. I thought it was going to say bourbon. Down, enjoy. Beef stew. Beef. So what's for dinner? Not opposed to a good beef stew. Jan or Jan, if you were in Sweden. Great Red Raider. Good to see her out there tonight. Hello to you. Potato soup today, enough for 3 meals. Freeze the rest. Tomorrow we'll make taco soup for the real cold snow weather. Can't make small. We'll freeze enough for about 3 more meals. Eat it for 3 days. Rock on. You guys go. We're doing it. Look at that. You just said something there. DS Photoscapes. Rock on our YouTube channel. We're glad you're there. Give us a shout out there in Abernathy. Good people in Abernathy. Actually, no antelopes left in Abernathy. They killed them years ago, but they still play pretty good football out there. So yeah, if you're on YouTube in Abernathy, just share with your friends, everything else. James jumping in. No, that's our second Facebook. Jan was on Facebook. Let's start to get worried about our Facebook people. All right, so your ultimate cold weather food. What do you love in cold weather? For me, it's pretty much the same thing I love in hot weather, right? I'm gonna lie, like hot wings, chili cheese dogs. I could make those tonight. Have chili cheese dogs, I think. You know, Mexican food, really pretty much any kind. Pizza. You can eat pizza all the time. You can give us your helmet stickers for this week. Let's see, helmet stickers this week. Dallas Cowboy cheerleader who gets hit in the head by the errant kickoff yesterday. I still don't know her name. I know it's probably out there somewhere. She gets drilled in the noggin and keeps on being a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. tougher than the rest there, probably for the entire Dallas Cowboy team. So we give her one. We also go with Federico. Federico played his guts out there against Utah. We'll see what they do tomorrow. But with JT topping down, and we thought, yesterday, or pardon me, Saturday was going to be the time where you're going to really see those two out there together for extended minutes, and it just didn't work out that way. He played his butt off. I want to thank Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboy owner, for giving us great content no matter what, win or lose. Thank you, Jerry. Great content. And we ask tonight, have you guys seen his bit, his cameo, the 2 minutes and 17 seconds on Landman this past weekend? Don't have to give away anything. Don't have to give away anything to anybody. Did you see him on Landman with Billy Bob Thornton? I didn't see it this weekend. I saw it today. People kept talking about it. I'm like, okay, I'll watch. So I'm not actively watching Landman right now. You got to suspend a lot of reality. The fact that they call it the patch instead of the oil field, and it's a bunch of cliches, and I get that. I understand that. But thank you, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, you get a helmet sticker for just being great content. You don't even have to fire Mike McCarthy anymore. James, my cold weather food is ice cream. I understand that. I respect that. Ryan is on Facebook. That's a channel. Ryan Hines Raiderland on Facebook. Same thing on YouTube. Ryan Hines Raiderland. All free. Subscribe to everything. Watch where you want to watch. If you're on YouTube, though, please give us thumbs up and really share it and try to get some more people in. Appreciate it. You sound like you have a slight cold. Hope you're feeling okay. I feel great. I have either a real cold, not a slight cold, but a real cold. Something, been dealing with it for a couple of days now. Every other day, I feel like, oh man, I'm over this thing. This is great. Like earlier today, we had a moment, and it is the day of Epiphany. And I had an epiphany, and I was like, I'm breathing through both nostrils for the first time in 2025. Then it kind of went away. It's crap. It's winter. This is what we used to do, people. You would get a cold in the winter. You might get the flu every now and then, and you'd be sick for a little bit, and you'd go on with life, and nothing shut down. So, yeah. Voices ragged down a little bit. Thank you for asking, though, Ryan. I appreciate it. Let's see. Photoscapes. Yep, saw Jerry on Landman vomiting. Well, I mean, he just told you how much he loves his family and working with his family. I'm not giving away anything on there. I'm going to tell you this. Helmet sticker to Jerry Jones. I thought he nailed the scene. He's probably better than a lot of the acting I've actually seen on Landman. You got to suspend a lot of reality to get into Landman. I'm not being funny here. I mean, he played himself, for those who don't know. Billy Bob Thornton in the scene, and Billy Bob Thornton was absolutely reacting to Jerry Jones, not as a character, but as like Jerry Jones being Jerry Jones. There you go. But we do thank you, Jerry Jones, for providing us with immense content. Didn't know yesterday after the game, claimed he didn't know Cooper Rush had a $250,000 incentive if he started and played and did stuff. That's your general manager. Every general manager in the NFL knows everything, except Jerry Jones when he didn't want to. I feel bad for Cowboy fans. You got to live with that. You got to do that. Let's see. Randy Wade. I just like saying both names. It's fantastic. Had a very good day of uniforms yesterday. Denver at Mile High looked great. Why they were moved away from that, we don't know. The Cyber Bronco in the mid-90s. And I know they came back and won 2 Super Bowls against my Green Bay Packers and against the Falcons. Doesn't matter. But those were great uniforms, and it should have been at Mile High. Also, the Texans-Titans game was an abomination. The Titans wearing the old Oilers uniforms, the best uniform in NFL history. Didn't they ban fracking in Tennessee? Okay, that's the Bud Adams family just giving a middle finger back to Houston 100% that the NFL allows that to happen. A couple years in a row. And the Texans have beaten them both years. That is a total middle finger to the city of Houston and or you abandon Houston. Leave it. I know you own it. You don't have to do it. You know? At least when Art Modell left Cleveland and moved to Baltimore, he left behind the Cleveland Brown uniforms and everything else. Now, the Modell family and the Baltimore Ravens organization still lays claim to the original Cleveland, whatever you want to call it, history. Doesn't matter. Right? Doesn't matter. And then Modell also didn't try to come in and do the Colts. The Colts were in Indianapolis by then. But for the NFL to allow that is truly an abomination. I hate it. It's a middle finger to another NFL city. And you would think that they would step in and say, no, you're not going to do that. That's not who you are. Jan, I got a cold. A clean house. I get a cold. All right, let's try this again. Stop. Collaborate and listen. Clear the mechanism. I get a cold, I clean house. My husband would get a cold and start writing his obituary. If you know Jan, you know why this is funny. Actually, even if you don't know her, this is still funny. Well done. They act like they're all buddy. Then Billy Bob calls him Mr. Jones, and it killed the mood. He's still going to call him Mr. Jones. I mean, if you're Billy Bob in the character and a real, quote, landman, you are down on the totem pole a little bit on Jerry Jones when it comes to that. You're going to say Mr. Jones, I think. I think he's going to say Mr. Jones there. I'm going with that. James Helmet Sticker to the head coaches. They got their players' bonuses yesterday. What was it? Evans down in Tampa Bay. They don't take the knee. They get him the bonus. That was good. A couple of others. Paul, Blue Norther by Charlene Hancock in the Panhandle Mystery Band. What was that? Can't remember. That's Paul Snappy Smith, by the way, everybody. All things awesome Red River, northern New Mexico, West Texas history, music, and everything else. Check out his website. Paul's a buddy of mine. I don't get to see him near enough. It's been far too long, Paul. Blue Norther, roll it. Actually, it's not even a Blue Norther. It's just gold. The technical definition of Blue Norther is it goes from really nice track meet weather to freaking freezing playoff football weather all in the afternoon. Charlene Hancock, Tommy X Hancock. Was it the Panhandle Mystery Band? No, the Supernatural Family Band. Good gosh, I'm getting old. Ryan, NFL hates Houston. They make Texas play the early Saturday wildcard game every year because nobody cares. They're not that good, and that's just a product of the AFC South division. It's not that they hate Houston. It's that they know that nobody cares about that division, that game, and everything, and you just happen to be playing it. It's not that they hate them. It's just a byproduct of the NFL markets and everything else. That's who your markets are. And you could have told, I mean, we knew a month ago that was going to be it. All right, we're rolling along tonight. I really thought we'd have more tech basketball from you guys. That's cool. We can talk about that if you want to. Thoughts, concerns, or otherwise. And maybe people just aren't really checking into tech basketball just yet to realize they're not an NCAA tournament team right now. They could be. They should be. But they're not. And then I do want some more food. I want more food discussion. Ultimate cold weather foods. What do you got? Your favorite things to make, your favorite things to enjoy, get otherwise. What do you got? What do you got? I'm getting live updates right now. I look at my telephone. I look at the text message I'm getting right here, and I can tell you right now, Texas Tech Lady Raider fans, keep them in your prayers. Still here for another night. All good. Mark Finkner, voice of the Lady Raiders, radio, Chuck Hines as well, on color. They're still in Manhattan, Kansas. So they went up there Friday, played Saturday afternoon. They're still there. That totally eclipses any weather delay I ever had doing Tech basketball, baseball, or anything else. Um, we had a couple of nasty ones over the years. We had one that was just like totally planes, trains, and automobiles. This would have been about 1997 or 8. Somebody will have to look it up. Lady Raiders, we played at New Mexico. That thing was a mess. It was the last game before Christmas. Barely got in. I went in with the media relations director, what we used to call an SID. The day of the game, we're delayed out of Lubbock. I have to call Jack Dale while I'm on the plane. I call the media center there at New Mexico at the pit. I have a number for the media center. Remember, this is 1990s. And Jack don't got a cell phone. Nobody got a cell phone, really. I said, hey, my name is Ryan Hyatt. I'm coming in to do the Lady Raider game. I don't think we're going to get in. Can you ask Jack Dell to stay there for a little bit, and he may have to do the game? Jack Dell has to do the first half of the game. I get there. I do the second half of the game. In the meantime, the men are able to get out. The men's team was playing. I should have mentioned that. The men's team is playing. We're playing a doubleheader there. So the men tipped off at like noon. We're playing at like 6. Jack is getting ready to get on the plane to go home. They pull him off the plane. You got to do this game. It's a total crap fest. And he stays. I get there at halftime, do the rest of the game, and there we are. And now we're stuck. Can't get out. Can't get out that night. Next day, no problem. We're going to fly out. All right, that's fine. We're stuck there all day. We're at the airport all day. We're not flying out. Meanwhile, the snow's coming in. Finally, about 9 o'clock, maybe 7 at the earliest that evening, we somehow get a bus. And so now we're busing back from Albuquerque back to Lubbock. Mind you, all of our players are trying to go home for Christmas, and some have longer flights than others. We get back to the airport where we all left our cars sometime early Sunday morning. No, not it would have been Saturday. I don't know. It's early morning, and some of the people have like an hour to get off the bus, get on a plane, and go home. And they're home for like 24 hours. We come back. That was not a fun one. Spent many a night in many an airport over the years, but nothing compares to what the Lady Raiders are going through right now. So prayers for them. Get them home quickly. All right. John Dry is on YouTube. By the way, if you guys are watching on YouTube, share with your friends, invite them in, and say, hey, they talk about stuff you like to talk about. You got to watch this. Hey y'all, the snow just subsided over at Lake Meredith. Oh, it's below freezing. Help me out here, John. Does it mean it's not snowing, or it's snowing there at Lake Meredith? We got lake effect snow at Lake Meredith. Help me out on that. About 15 inches of snow in Kansas for Fink. Yeah. No, I heard 17, 18 is what they're dealing with in that area. And if you don't know, so you're like 20 miles from the interstate. It's glazed over in ice and snow. They can't even bus out right now. James, my wife made meatballs with mushroom gravy last night. Hit the spot. Sounds good, really. Meatballs. How can you go wrong with meatballs? Really? How can you go wrong with meatballs? Any type of meatballs. Like, just buy the meatballs, have frozen meatballs. You can throw them in barbecue sauce, ragu, anything else. You make a sandwich, put a little provolone on there. You just eat them. It don't matter. Meatballs are fantastic. Minute just quit snowing here. All right, so my man John is up there at Lake Mary. That's awesome. Very good. I don't think it's going to quit snowing though forever. Hot wings. I love hot wings. Snowed in hot wings. Everything else. Tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches. See, now my mother in law makes homemade tomato soup and a grilled sandwich that is just unbelievable. I can't put it to words. She does that. I mean, she's a great cook, but that and her fried okra, like fried okra too. That's a comfort food, right? Her fried okra is candy. Best you've ever had. Unbelievable. Why didn't anybody ever talk about chicken fried steak for comfort food? Like snowy weather and everything else. Why didn't chicken fried steak? Why don't we do that? That's a good one. Jan jumping back in. Helmet sticker to the fan in Utah for the constant Raider power. Heard it loud and clear while listening to the game. Don't have ESPN Plus. You could hear it on ESPN Plus and on the radio broadcast. And I think there were more than a fan. I think there were several Red Raiders there in Utah. And I mean, just owning the arena there in the final 5-10 minutes of the game. Jambalaya and gumbo. I can get behind that. Doesn't have to be cold weather. That's pretty good. Another really good cold weather. Mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, like sides. You know, like just side dishes. Really good side dishes are good. Yeah. Ultimate cold weather food. We got like 4 or 5 more minutes to go. Men's basketball. They really, really need to beat BYU at the Marriott Center coming up tomorrow night. We assume this game is going to be good to go weather-wise and everything else. They've got to stack some wins together. What do we got after that? Where are we on BYU? Then Iowa State. Yeah, you don't have to look very far down the calendar to see. And now you look at the Big 12 and go, the last couple of years, you just roll into the Big 12 and say, hey, just by playing games, we're going to be fine on the RPI. And I still use RPI, and I know that's a very generic term now, which is why I tell people go to hoopshd.net and the gritty number and Dave Ahmed and everybody else. So, got their work cut out for them. Where are all the viewers on X? I don't know. I don't know where they are. Every now and then, weird things happen on the algorithm. I can't explain it. Can't explain it. And then all of a sudden, they come in on the replay. I don't know. Good old chicken and dumplings. Dumplings? Chicken and dumplings? Dumplings. I don't even have to have the chicken, Wendy. I really don't. He shows up late, but he shows up strong in the final moments. Why did they change the pronunciation of Marriott like a year ago? Do they say Marriott or Marriott? I still say Marriott. Am I saying it wrong? I don't know. I don't make enough money to stay in fancy hotels like that. It's not food, but hot chocolate from one of the Starbucks at United is great during the wintertime. Thank you, United Supermarkets, for having Starbucks in there and everything else. I think my wife brought home Starbucks for herself and the kid tonight. The kid, the college student. Marriott. They changed the pronunciation. I don't know. I got nothing for you on that, Collier. They don't change the pronunciation of Motel 6. All right. Or the Clarion Inn in Omaha, Nebraska. The Clarion Inn, Omaha, Nebraska. They don't change the pronunciation. on that. You're saying Marriott right. It's like saying Colorado wrong. Hmm. Now I'm intrigued, and I only got like a minute or two left. I'm intrigued now. We were light on the Twitter people tonight. I don't know. We'll look into that. You know, uh, did the kid get through his first semester of college? Yes, he did. And as a friend of mine texted me a couple of days ago or whenever he said, and he gets to go back next semester, right? I said, yep, he gets to go back. They changed it to how woke people say. How the hell how do you woke Marriott? Makes no sense, right? Ben J. Kirkpatrick, legendary Red Raider family, and Middleton and Son. If you want to buy and sell some ranch and farm property, anyhow, I don't know what you're all talking about, and I'm so sorry to interrupt. But South Dakota State versus Montana State warms my heart. Real football with guys that want to be there. Yeah, it didn't. Hold on, Collier did no. That was North Dakota State. The Texas got Jalen Peoples is going out there. Got a deal. Yeah, they. You gotta want to be there, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys have been up in that part of the world, either place. You gotta want to go there. So that's cool, and it's you know it's going to change over the years, probably in a little bit, but yeah, you want to go play football there, you want to play that level, you got to want to endure what it takes. Because if you play at D1 level or what we used to call D2 or anything else, you're still getting beat the hell out of yourself every day, practice, probably even more so at a lower level because you don't got to get a bunch of bodies that you can throw in there on the practice squad. That you really got to want to do it. You got to want to be there. Collier says they want it to be said more like Marriott. What? No. I mean, that's like when I got the press release one time down there at TCU that I wasn't supposed to call them Texas Christian University anymore, and it was in a press release, and I was like, well, okay. I mean, if it's in a press release, I'm going to tell you guys here on the program, here on the radio, here on the pregame show. You're not going to hear me say Texas Christian University. It says right here, do not call us Texas Christian University. We're TCU. Well, by gosh, you're right. So no more will I say Texas Christian University on this broadcast. Welcome back to Fort Worth, everybody, at Daniel Meyer Coliseum. Proud to be here where they no longer want to be known as Texas Christian University. It's TCU trailing Texas Tech 17-7 as we go here into the 8-minute mark. You won't hear me call them that anymore. 14-3 in North Dakota State. Montana driving late second quarter. All right, we gotta shut it down. We had fun tonight. Everybody hunker down. Get all your grocery shopping done at United Supermarkets. Don't panic. Don't panic. They got plenty of stuff. It's okay. And by the weekend, this stuff's going to blow out of here. You're going to be fine. So don't everybody be running out there and buying potted meat, peanut butter, and toilet paper. All right? Get what you need. You're fine. But they've got everything taken care of United Supermarkets. We're going to be with you tomorrow, Tuesday's best. Can't wait to get into that. We'll be on well before the basketball game tomorrow, so don't worry about that. We will continue guiding you through the super snow and everything else this week. Just want to thank you, and I want to ask you to do a couple of things for me tonight before you get out of here. Share this with your friends on social media, whether that's on Facebook, whether you're watching on our YouTube channel. And if you hadn't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. Hit a thumbs up, drive it. We want to get to 500. When we get to 500, the thing explodes algorithm wise. And David Carr knows about algorithms. Let me tell you right now, that man is the king of the algorithm. But if we can get to 500 here in the next week or two, my goodness, that'll be awesome. But just share that, grow it. Thank our sponsors where you see them. Domino's Pizza, Shropshire Agency here in Lubbock United Supermarkets, We got so many great people that make this happen. That's how that happens. That's how it happens. That's how it transpires. So check out our Facebook page too, Ryan It's Raiderland. We do a lot of updates for our sponsors there. And you can go to their page off our Facebook page and just say, hey, thanks for being out there supporting Raiderland and everything else. I got to hit a couple of buttons here before we end this thing officially. We enjoyed the hell out of it. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be with you in the morning on the website, theraiderland.com.